Hi, I'm Lu Jiahao. Today, I'm going to talk about batik. Batik is one of the traditional wear in Malaysia. So, let's give you a brief about batik.
In today's society, batik is known as an art and a traditional craft. The history of batik started in the Indus civilization back in the 4th century. The people used to make batik using wax-resist dye on fabric. The fabric is then soaked in wax, and then the artist would scratch the drawings on the batik. After that, the soaked wax, the fabric will be placed into colored dye.
Apart from Egypt, the creation of batik was believed to exist in China during the late Qin dynasty or early Han dynasty. In China, batik is known as wax printing, which is used to prevent dye from adhering at different parts of the fabric in order to produce patterns or pictures. In general, the batik production in China can be divided into two types, which is mechanical and chemical. The mechanical way to produce batik involves the process of physically blocking the dye from reaching certain area of the fabric in order to produce patterns. In the other hand, the chemical process in making batik involves agent, for example wax, to temporarily block a specific region of the fabric. After dyeing the whole fabric, the insoluble chemicals will prevent the absorption of the dye, creating interesting patterns like this.
Despite the fact that batik may have originated from different locations around the world, many scholars believe that batik has originated in Indonesia, Java, and believe that batik has achieved its highest artistic expression there. According to Dutch transcription in the 17th century, Dutch scholars has mentioned that batik in Java were fabrics highly decorated. This shows that batik in Java were highly and detailed design. According to some experts, they believe that batik was a symbol of royalty and can only be worn by the royal family in the Sultan's palace. Other experts believe that batik were used to show the capability of young ladies in Java back in the olden days. In Java, they used silk and cotton to produce batik.
On the other hand, the batik is found in Malaysia is believed to have come to Malaysia through the trade relation between the Malay Kingdom in Jambi and the Javanese coastal cities. According to the Museum of Cultural History of Oslo, it is known that Javanese has influenced Malay batik making technique in the development of design. Thus, you can see a lot of similarity between the batik. For example, one of them is the use of wax and copper block in the production of batik.
Now we are going to show you the step-by-step process of making batik.
So the first step is the first wax is applied over the pencil in outline of the pattern. Almost always the original curve is white.
Step 2. The cloth is dyed in the first dye bath. In this case, the first dye bath is indigo blue. The area of the cloth where the wax was applied in step 1 will remain white.
So step 3 is the second application of wax is applied. In this case, it is a dark brown color. A poorer quality of wax is used to cover larger areas of cloth. The darker color helps to differentiate it from the first wax applied.
Step 4. The cloth is dyed in the second dye bath. In this case, it is navy blue. Any areas that are not covered by wax will become dark blue.
Step 5 is all the wax that has been applied thus far is removed. This is done by heating the wax and scraping it off, and also by applying hot water and sponging off the remaining wax.
Step 6. Wax is applied to the area of the fabric that the artist wishes to remain the indigo blue color.
Step 7 is wax applied to area of the fabric that the artist wishes to remain white.
Step 8. The fabric is submerged in the final dye bath. In this case, it is brown. Any area of the cloth that have not been covered with wax will become brown.
So the last step is the finished cloth after all of the wax has been removed. They are done.
Batik is made of white fabric, chanting, wax and glitter, and batik dye. Firstly, which is the most important one, the white fabric. The most initial appearance of batik is due to the new imported white cloth during 19th century, which is known as the homespun cloth. Besides that, white fabric can be replaced by cotton, mori, and silk. The next one, chanting. Chanting functions as a pen containing liquid wax as ink. There are varieties ways to use chanting pen. Chanting functions to make lines and curves. Items that are required to make the chanting pens are the bowl of the pen, which contains the liquid wax, the handle, which is made out of bamboo, and the tip of the pen where the liquid wax came out from. Next is the wax and heater. Before using the wax should be left in the heater to heat up in advance. Wax that apply on fabric is to prevent colour from entering to the fabric fibre. Therefore, the colour will not exceed through the boundary of the wax. The last one, which is the batik dye. Batik dye is made from synthetic dye and natural colour, which is produced from plants such as tree tom, paste, or mulberry trees.
Batik is worn in many places such as Indonesia, Malaysia, India, southwest of China and Africa. Because it was imported vastly back in the days. In Malaysia, it is usually worn by the Malays, but the non-Malays wear it too during special occasions. It is in Indonesia, it is usually worn by Japanese because they were one of the first who invented batik.
Batik is mainly used for clothing. Batik clothing is one of the identity of the Malaysian civilization. Batik is one of the most welcome dressing code in Malaysia, especially for the ethnicity of Malays. Batik clothing represents noble and elegancy. Batik clothing is suitable for any kind of occasions, from formal occasions to simple clothing to be worn at home. The government recognized batik as the unique culture of Malaysia, and they are now endorsing batik as the national dress of Malaysia to every level of the general population.
Designers also use batik as inspiration to create their product. They use the fabric to create an outstanding product. Batik is also an art. Normally people use batik as frame drawing. The frame drawing which been done, they can hang on the wall as decoration of their home. The frame drawing which is hang on the wall is to prove the value of the batik.
After all this brief information, I believe that you have a better understanding in batik. I do feel impressed that younger generations still remember about batik. I hope it will keep spreading to later generations. Lastly, here's a video to end my presentation. Thank you.